Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of Remax Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com. Welcome to the radio show that features local small businesses, amazing nonprofits, and all types of inspiring stories to give strength, instill love, and provide hope within our community. It's time for Outspoken Outreach with your host, Dr. Amanda Hackford.
Hello, everyone. We're here with you today with Joanne from the Chum Bucket, which is a part of Sebastian River High School. And I wanted to bring them on just so you can see all the amazing things they do right out of Sebastian River High School. So I wanted to say thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm excited you're here because I don't think a lot of people know that it's there. Of course, the people that attend the high school and get the amazing things from you do, but a lot of the community doesn't realize what you do there exactly. Maybe little bits and pieces, but I learned something new. I've helped you and learned something new from you today that you do, so, or that you and others do, because there are a lot of people that help. But I'll let you just kind of start off by telling us maybe first how you started. That would probably be a good start, how you got involved and started with the Chum Bucket.
We started in 2014. It was actually me and another volunteer. And the way we got started was I was on a shopping trip with my daughter. We were in Sam's Club. And she started buying things like Chef Boyardee mini cups and peanut butter, things that my daughter would not eat. And I said to her, Michelle, why are you buying these kind of things? And she said, Mom, I have kids come into my class every single day and they're hungry. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, they get lunch. There's a cafeteria. And she said, well, it doesn't matter. Kids are hungry all the time. So this other volunteer and I started talking. We did a little bit of research and we realized there's a problem at the high school with food insecurity. So we got all our ducks in a row. We went to the principal and we told him what we wanted to do. We wanted to start a food pantry. So he gave us some rules. He told us we could exclusively be a pantry for Sebastian River High School. Kids couldn't come into the pantry during the daytime unless they had a pass from their teacher, because we didn't want to be disruptive. Right. And we had to find a way to get the food to them. He didn't want to be a pickup spot because you can't have people coming in and out of the school. Right. He was really worried about security. So we agreed. He gave us a room, and that's basically how we got started.
Yeah. And so now what you do is, well, obviously, and that makes sense too, just to kind of go back to what you were saying as far as you don't want to be a distraction to the classrooms. Mm-hmm. And then also with people coming in and out, you obviously don't want people coming in and out for the distraction part, but also I see it as kind of like a humbleness too. You don't want kids coming in and out and other kids like, why do you have food and I don't? Or do you
which
need
is
food?
Why that's the other thing that we do. We deliver to their homes, so they don't have to take a box of food home on the bus or in their car or walk out in the parking lot with it. And nobody knows that these kids are getting assistance except them.
Right.
Our drivers don't even know names of people that they deliver to. The only thing they know is the name of the address of the house.
Right.
That's it.
So what the program is, so we can just kind of say what the Chum Bucket does, which is many things, but one of the main programs is every single week you make up boxes of food, and you can kind of jump in if I'm, miss something, but you make boxes of food and you have several food routes for children at Sebastian River High School and the middle school, or just the high school? Okay. So just the high school, but a lot of these kids have siblings at some of the other schools.
Yes.
And then you have different volunteers that do a route and deliver directly to the home. Right. And then, they get this every single week on a weekly basis. Yes. And this box of food, I've helped do routes. So I know that there is a whole box of food that is good food. There's breads, there's vegetables, there's non-perishable items, there's juice, so this is not just a box with just a can of food. Right. This is a really good box of food.
One of the really important things we put in there are fresh vegetables.
Yes.
We get fresh vegetables from a local farm in Vero. It's called Shiny Lake Garden. And they only grow for nonprofits.
Right.
soup kitchens, homeless shelters, that kind of thing. And they grow for us. And every week we go there and we get fresh produce and we bring it back and we sort it, and everybody gets fresh vegetables in their box, which is really important because prices in the grocery store, how much they are. These people could not afford this produce if we weren't giving it to them. So that's really a really important part of our box.
And your program is specifically for, you're part of the high school. This isn't a nonprofit. This is just a program at Sebastian River High School.
Yes.
And the only requirement for these families is they have to have a student at the high school.
Exactly.
And
so it's not an entitlement, because that was one of the things that was brought up early on when we first started. People were saying, well, once you get in there, you're going to always get this food. They don't. If they don't have students, then we stop their delivery. And every year we check and we see which students were seniors, if they have siblings that are in the high school now. And every year you have to renew your kind of like your membership.
Right.
But like I said, the only requirement is that you have a student in the high school.
And then they get the deliveries. And then you have deliveries throughout. Basically, how many do you have? Anywhere
in Indian River County, because school choice, you can live anywhere and go to our high school. So as long as you live in Indian River County, you're eligible. Anywhere from Fellsmere to Roseland, Wabasso, Vero, we have delivery routes everywhere.
Yes.
Sebastian and Vero Lake Estates. Each delivery driver, we have 6 different delivery drivers. Each driver has anywhere from, I think the smallest route is 8 to 18 houses on their route. And they're all volunteers. They all use their own vehicles, their own gas, everything.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky. We have about 25 volunteers that help us every week. Everybody has different jobs. Everybody does something different, but they're all dedicated. They all come every week. They take care of making sure our deliveries are done. And like I said, sometimes there's nobody home. You just have to leave the delivery for them, but everybody gets their delivery every week.
And they know it's coming, so they know that box
it's coming,
is
so they know
done.
to watch for that box. Yeah. And if we do have, like at Thanksgiving when we send turkeys, we make sure they know that there's going to be something in that box that's perishable, and they need to make sure they get it.
And that's another thing that you guys do. You have a Thanksgiving and a Christmas like program or kind of thing that you do. So what's the Thanksgiving and Christmas?
At Thanksgiving, our local realtors, usually Remax. This past year, it was Erica Ogilvy, who is a local real estate agent in the county. Her team provided everything for the Thanksgiving dinner. And then they brought it to us, and our delivery people delivered it.
So you guys provided the whole meal for the holidays, so that they could have.
65 families got turkey dinners.
Very nice. And you guys have been doing that every year for these families
since we
as well.
started.
So that's very nice. So you do those just like a lot of our nonprofits do, but you guys did this for the students that you service for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. And so they got the turkey and the sides as well.
Yes, everything.
So very nice. That's exciting. Yeah. And to have a good volunteer base like that is short of amazing, because with us, we know how hard it is to get volunteers that are consistent, especially when it's a weekly thing, like every single week on a weekly basis. You have volunteers that sort, that box, and then to be driving their own vehicle with their own gas, going out to a route to Holmes is that part is very, very amazing, because I mean,
and we have some turnover, but I have some volunteers who have been with me since the beginning.
Oh, yeah. So I've seen some of them. Yeah. I mean, I was helping out too and got busy, but I know there is turnover too, but just to be able to continue and keep going and have ones that continue to want to help and share, and it is really great. And what you're doing is amazing in itself. And then you have other things besides this that you do as well, besides just the food, which this is kind of your main, the main program in itself is the food pantry and the deliveries that you focus on. And of course, since you are food, then the Thanksgiving and Christmas come in because that's a meal. So obviously you want to give them the opportunity to be able to have that nice meal at home with their family and cook it themselves and have it with their families, which is what a lot of the nonprofits want to do too, what we focus on.
We also provide them with hygiene once a month.
Yes.
We give them a hygiene box that contains shampoo, conditioner, body wash, soap, toilet paper, any items that we can get that are not edible. Once a month, they'll get this. And this is really important because even when you're getting assistance, you can't afford, you're not eligible to go and buy these kind of items. So this really helps. And for teenagers, this is really important.
Yeah.
Hygiene is so important.
Yes.
And that's one area that they can come to us during the day. If they get a pass from their teacher, they can come in and get hygiene supplies.
Yep.
If they need deodorant or toothpaste and toothbrushes or whatever, we always have stuff that they can come in and pick up.
That's what I was gonna mention too, is the hygiene, so that they can stop by and they all know where that room is at the high school, the Chum Bucket room, and they can come, and you have that middle school phase where they never want to shower at all, and then they get to high school and they want to take 2 or 3 or whatever showers.
Exactly.
And then of course the girls, and they can come get hygiene items if they don't have them, need them financially. Like you said, they can't buy a lot of those hygiene items with EBT and stuff. It's only food, so and that stuff's expensive as well. So you have a lot of those items in that room, and you try to fill that once a month in the box, or boys or girls. I know I've seen deodorant in your room, I've seen all kinds of stuff, so that's really a really needed item, and nice that they can, and they feel comfortable. I've seen kids come in and they trust you, they like you, they feel comfortable coming. And high school age children are an age that a lot of times they are shy, but I know that a lot of them feel comfortable coming in, and that's a nice thing too because of the age, and it is at the high school. So I do love seeing that. But I know that you often need things as well, and we're going to talk about how people can help you guys, and how they can donate, and how they can volunteer, and we're going to do that after our commercial break. So we're going to want you guys to stay tuned and stay with us and come back after our quick commercial break. So stay with us.
Hackford Landscaping is the full-scale tree service hardscape and landscape company that will do any outdoor job. Call Hackford Landscaping for tree trimming, tree injections, and removal. Services include landscape design, stump grinding, paver stone projects such as walkways, patios, and pool decks, landscape lighting, irrigation, hedge and bush shaping, flowers, trees, shrubs, rocks, sand, mulch and sod, and more. Any outdoor job, large or small, give Hackford a call. 772-584-7364. Online at hackfordtreeservice.com.
For keeping your house pest and termite free, as well as your landscape healthy and green, call Compass Pest Control. Hi, this is Brian Combs, co-owner of Compass Pest Control. We are locally owned and operated with over 60 years of experience. We provide personalized, reliable service to all our clients. Call Compass at 772-925-1740 or visit our website, compasspest.com. That's Compass, PESTS.com.
Everyone wants to do their part in preventing the spread of the coronavirus, and doing your laundry the right way can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with some helpful laundering tips. Think hot. Hotter is better because viruses hate heat. Wash your clothes in the warmest water setting allowed, and be sure to dry thoroughly in a hot dryer. For more helpful coronavirus fighting tips, visit sunshinelaundries.com.
This is iHeartMedia's Treasure Coast Connection.
The Treasure Coast Connection is brought to you by New Vision Eye Center.
Now's the time for you to proudly support veterans and Honor Flight with an Honor Flight license plate. Purchase a pre-sale voucher to help make the Honor Flight license plate a reality. A portion of every Honor Flight license plate purchased goes to the 10 Honor Flight chapters in Florida, including Southeast Florida Honor Flight. The mission of Honor Flight is to transport America's war veterans to Washington, D.C. to visit the memorials that honor their service and sacrifice. To reserve your pre-sale voucher for yourself or as a gift to a beloved veteran, visit www.honorflightflorida.org. Again, that's honorflightflorida.org.
Call New Vision Eye Center for a consultation or second opinion. Your eyesight deserves world-class eye care. Visit newvisioneyecenter.com or call 772-257-8700.
That's the sound of another job well done by Marcus Mobile Detailing and Pressure Cleaning. Marcus always does the job right. Detail your car, pressure wash your driveway or patio. You don't have to do a thing. Marcus even comes to you. Just Google or Facebook Marcus Mobile Detailing and Pressure Cleaning.
Welcome back. We're here with Joanne from the Chum Bucket that runs out of Sebastian River High School. They do amazing things for students at the high school that need, well, just about everything. We talked all about their food pantry and how they deliver food to children and their families. However, they do much more. So we were just discussing how they do programs for school supplies and backpacks. And so how does the school supplies and backpacks work?
We have one of our churches, Calvary Chapel, who donates all of the backpacks. And then we have several churches in the area that will do school supply drives for us.
Okay.
At the beginning of school. And then any student who needs one can get a backpack filled with the school supplies that our school requires.
Okay.
So we have over 100 kids that usually get backpacks.
Yes.
Every year.
And then they just come to you and get the backpack.
They can come to us. They can call us. If they call us, we'll deliver it with their food that week. We can deliver it right to their house.
Perfect. Yeah.
If they need a backpack, though, they can always come to the Chum Bucket and they get a backpack filled with all of their supplies. If they need something that's not in the backpack, we always have extra supplies in our room and they can come in and get whatever they need. Notebooks, pencils, calculators, whatever it might be.
Yes. And speaking of calling you, we did put the number on the screen that you can call directly for Chum Bucket. However, for people that are just audio and listening, it's 772-564 4255. That way, if you want to help, if you want to donate, or if you just have any questions in general, that's the number you can call. And we are going to talk about more about how you can help if you have it in your heart to help the programs going on with the Chum Bucket. And there's also a program with graduation for the seniors for caps and gowns. So tell us about that.
Cap and gown costs about $100. And even if you have a sibling that had a cap and gown, you still have to pay the $100 fee. So if people just want to donate specifically for a cap and gown, they can do that. And they just send the check to the school, and in the memo line, just put Chum Bucket, cap and gown, and we'll make sure that we give it to a needy
student in need.
A student in need, yeah.
So that's how you do. So if you want to sponsor a cap and gown for a senior in need that can't afford a cap and gown, you send a check to Sebastian River High School. In the memo line, you put the Chum Bucket cap and gown, right, and that for $100, and that will purchase the cap and gown for a senior who cannot afford one. So that's amazing right there, because there are a lot of children that's a lot of money.
We have quite a few who come to us and ask us if we can help them.
Very good. And then there's another program, because you see what I mean about so much going on there that they do, which is some churches that help as well with this. But of course, anyone can help, because there's always help needed with dorm packs.
Friendship Community Church started a program a few years ago, and she called it dorm packs. Any senior who was going to college and couldn't afford to have what they needed to go to college, she provided a pack. And it has everything that you need: blankets, pillows, sheets, towels. She even puts Tide Pods in the box. Laundry bags.
I love it. It's
an amazing pack. And our athletic trainers, athletic coaches, usually nominate the kids that they want. They know that the kids that need the help. Mm-hmm. And they usually give us a list of names. It's usually 5 or 6 students that need help. And we get them everything that they need to go to college. So you don't have to go to college with hand-me-downs. You go to college with everything new, just like everybody else.
Yes.
So this is an amazing program.
And I like that it's new. Of course, it doesn't have to be new, but it makes someone who can't normally afford it feel so much better and feel good that they are taking new things with them to their college dorm or apartment. And aside from all that, because that's another program, we really want to get in how people can help, how people can donate. So if you want to tell us some of the things that you need or can use at the Chum Bucket, whatever it may be, whether it's food or school supplies or whatever, what would be some items that you can use?
We always put we try to get as many protein items in the box as we can: canned chicken, tuna, beans, any kind of products like that. Peanut butter is an item that's almost every week in a box.
Okay.
Pasta. I'm trying to think what else we put in there. Canned vegetables and fruits. Anything like that. Anything that's non-perishable.
Okay.
We can put cereal. All those items can be donated. we actually have a program going on right now at Waterway Village Development, and they're doing a food drive for us
Okay,
right
good.
now.
Yeah.
And then we have a lot of churches who do the same thing. Calvary Chapel does One Can, You Can, first of every month. They have, they collect all of their items and they bring them to us.
Okay.
Sebastian Christian has Chum Bucket Sunday, which is the first Sunday of the month. And they bring all of their items to us. So this is really a community pantry. We couldn't survive without the community.
Absolutely.
So anybody who has a group and they want to do, we had a Girl Scout group one time that needed to do something to get a badge.
Yeah.
And they did a food drive for us. Liberty Magnet did on the 100th day of school, they did a program where each class was going to try to get 100 items donated
For the pantry.
for the pantry.
Okay.
Okay, they're
that's a great
only
idea.
kindergarten through 5th grade, so
Yeah.
you would think, okay, you'll probably get about 600 items. I think we got about 1,500 items.
That's amazing.
From Liberty Magnet. So that was an amazing drive.
That
and it was everything that we needed.
Yeah.
So,
and it's already gone from that time.
definitely it's gone, because one thing that we do is when it comes in, it goes out.
Yes.
We don't try to store anything and keep things for, hold this because we'll need it in 3 weeks. No.
No,
If we
because you're
get it
going
in,
out every single week.
We try to keep everything in and out as soon as we get it. Because it's not doing any good to anybody sitting in my room. It needs to get out there as soon as we can.
And if you think if these families are getting a box every week, it's going right out, like you said, and they're getting a decent box. And so if like you said, school supplies, if they want to bring in school supplies, non-perishable items, anything like that, they can bring it directly to the school.
Yes,
or they can call this phone number.
They can call our phone number, or they can bring it directly to the school, bring it to the front office, and they'll make sure we get it.
So you can bring it directly to Sebastian River High School in Sebastian and say it's for the Chum Bucket during the school hours, or you can call 772-564-4255 and you can arrange a different way if you can't make it during school hours.
Exactly.
If you'd like to donate any non-perishable food items, any school supplies, backpacks, things like that. If you have a question as to what type of school items or type of backpack, call first and Joanne can let you know, because there are specific for high school specific school items that are different than elementary school.
Exactly.
So it's a lot different in high school. The calculators and all these things they need are different than elementary school items. So we want to make sure you get them the right things. And anything is appreciated. And again, the cap and gown for a senior is the just $100 to sponsor a senior in need for their cap and gown. And it's getting close to that time because we're getting close toward the end of the year. So right now, if there's a senior you want to sponsor their cap and gown for a senior in need, it's $100 check. You write cap and gown, the Chum Bucket in the memo line, and you drop the check off to Sebastian River High School, and you will be helping a senior in need that cannot afford a cap and gown. So that's an amazing thing to do and way to help a senior who is graduating high school that can't afford that. That's a great program. And so we just want to thank you and all your volunteers that are helping you, and all the companies and churches that are helping continue to keep this going. And of course you, because you're that main person that's there all the time, keeping it going for all you do, for all these children and families that of the children that are going to the high school. We thank you so much, very much. And thank you for coming today as well. And we want to say, as always, be safe and be blessed.